Okay, so in today's video I am going to be decluttering all of my clothes, so if you want to see me do that, then keep on watching. Okay, so this is actually the second part of this sort of decluttering series thing that I've got going on. So if you haven't seen the first part, make sure that you go and watch that after you've watched this one. But that one was what was that? All of my like makeup and that sort of thing, makeup and hair care and that sort of genre of stuff basically. So it was essentially just one half of my desk. So I have the, what's it called, the IKEA Alex desk I think it's called, with the drawers either side. So one half is makeup and that sort of stuff, and then the other half is art supplies. So yeah, we did the makeup side last time. So I do have plans to declutter like all of my art stuff and whatever else as well, so if you want to see that, then please do let me know and I will continue with this little decluttering series or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, anyway, we started off with my wardrobe, and basically I just pulled things out and separated them into a keep and a sell pile basically. So obviously you can see here basically everything that I own pulling out. I did kind of have a system, but then I got a bit confused as you can tell, and it started going a bit wrong, so I just kind of started putting stuff on my bed instead. But the bits behind me on like where the red and black dress are, they are the bits that I want to get rid of basically. And then there was a bunch of stuff on my bed as well to get rid of. So I was trying to be quite cutthroat with these, but yeah, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to kind of get rid of things. But yeah, I wanted as much wardrobe space left over as possible, because I kind of have I did have loads of stuff in there to the point where I couldn't even fit a single other thing in there. So yeah, I really wanted to kind of be as cutthroat as I possibly could to really cut down on, you know, the things that are in my wardrobe. And then also obviously as I'm going to sell them on Vinted, you know, to sort of make back as much money as I possibly could, earn a little bit extra. And obviously if it's things I've not worn for ages, then there is absolutely no reason for me to have them anyway. So in that case, I was kind of, you know, trying to be as cutthroat as possible and sort of looking back on things that I was putting back in to kind of think, do I actually really want this or not? So yeah, I was definitely a little bit more cutthroat this time than I usually am. And next time I do this, because I kind of do this sort of every couple of months, next time I do this I'll probably be even worse and get rid of a few more things, like that white polka dot dress that I just put back in, that I've now sold. I don't have that anymore. So yeah, like I say, I just kind of try and get rid of as much as I possibly can to sort of give me as much room as I can, even though I don't tend to sort of not rebuy, but just generally buy very many clothes. I don't really tend to do that at all. But yeah, I just try and sort of be as ruthless as I possibly can, just in case I do want to buy different things, then I know that I can. And then yeah, here I have a massive Jellycat box that I don't really want to part with, so I use it to store all of my bags. So yeah, again, just sort of going through and being as cutthroat and ruthless as I possibly can. Have a lot of different sort of tote bags and stuff. As you can see, I have a few different Superdrug ones. So yeah, just trying to declutter, and basically if it didn't fit in this box, then I wasn't keeping it. I didn't want to have any bags outside of this box. So yeah, that's kind of what I tried to do for the most part. And actually I did manage to stick to that. I know obviously here I've got sort of bags inside of bags, but I didn't feel like that was as bad, because obviously it's not taking up as much room. I feel like it's just space saving if I've got bags inside of bags instead of just having them all piled on top of each other. So yeah, I was happy with that. And I did actually decide to part ways with my Doc Martens bag. I just don't use it as much as I used to anymore, so as sad as it is, that has actually sold on my Vinted now. So yep, I no longer have that, but I guess one day we'll maybe buy another one at some point. But yeah, that's kind of where I kind of stood on that. And also obviously keeping this Loungefly backpack, I didn't really have room in the box to have both, so yeah, that's what I decided to do. And then obviously I have this big rucksack there, which sometimes I take on weekends away, so I wanted to keep a bag like that I was able to kind of use for things like that. And then the bag that I just tried to put in and then took out again, that is actually separate, but I have plans on basically cutting that up and turning it into like a memory bear type thing, but it's really difficult to find someone who can actually do it, with it being leather. Most people only really tend to do sort of material ones, so I'm either going to have to keep searching and try and find someone, or I'm going to teach myself how to do it, which is quite scary but I'm going to try my hardest and see what I can come up with. I'm probably going to buy some like cheap like fake leather beforehand, so that I'm not actually ruining the bag. So basically I bought that bag in Rome with money that my Nana Granda gave me for my 18th birthday. So yeah, I kind of wore the bag to death, and it used to be my work bag, which was probably mistake number one. But yeah, like I say, I kind of wore it to death, and now it's a little bit ruined. It kind of, one of the sides of it is kind of a little bit worn down. It doesn't really hold its shape anymore, so I don't wear it as a bag anymore, but I really don't want to throw it out. So yeah, I want to have a go, because I cannot find anybody that does memory bears anywhere. So yeah, I want to have a go and see if I can, fingers crossed, turn it into a memory bear. But yeah, like I say, I'm gonna give myself some practice first. I'm not just gonna have that be the first one that I do, because I would definitely ruin it if that was the first I do. So yeah, that's my plan with that. And as you can see here, I've basically moved on to my other clothes in my chest of drawers. So we did sort of hoodies and jumpers and bits like that first of all, and then I did like my pajamas as well, but I think I did that off camera. I think it just didn't record, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, those are the first ones that I did. And then I managed to get through or get rid of a few sort of bottoms like jeans and trousers and joggers and stuff like that, and condense that all down into one drawer. And then I have some that hang up in my wardrobe, but that's not very many at all. It is literally just one hanger now, instead of, I did have 3 previously, so I managed to get rid of a bunch of those. And then this drawer was my most unorganized, so more than anything I just wanted to get this organized. Even if I didn't really get rid of much from it, I just wanted to get it really, really organized, because as you can kind of see, things just sort of get chucked in here, and then that is that. Not much else really happens after that. So yeah, I was just kind of taking things out and then sort of reorganizing. So most of these are actually band tees, so anytime I ever go to a concert or anything like that, I tend to buy a t-shirt. So I don't necessarily wear them all, but yeah, I obviously buy them and keep them all, and keep them in this drawer because I don't really have anywhere else to store them. So yeah, I just wanted to get all of my band tees sort of in one line instead of having them everywhere in this drawer. So that is what we managed to do. I do sometimes wear them, so I kind of tried to organise them in a pile of sort of like most to least likely that I was going to wear them. So obviously my Green Day one goes on top, and then I had a couple others sort of spill over into sort of a second row, but they're a little bit more generic, so I didn't mind that too much. And then I just have a black dress in there that doesn't hang up very well, and then yeah, all of my other sort of t-shirts or sort of going out tops then went in this little bit, but I did actually manage to get rid of quite a few, which was good because this drawer barely even closed before, whereas now there is plenty of room for more stuff and it closes absolutely fine. So yeah, I definitely see that as a success. And yeah, there is still probably some more that I could get rid of, but for now this will do, and for now I am happy with this. It's still not the most organised, but it's definitely a lot better than what it was, and again, I don't really see another way that I'm gonna be able to organise this properly. I can see where everything is, so yeah, that is fine for me, and yeah, it works for me. So that was everything that I sorted through and everything that I decluttered this time. Okay, so they were all of the clothes I managed to get rid of and reorganise and put in different places and whatever else. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. All of the clothes that I'm decluttering will be on my Vinted, which I will put in the description, so you can go have a look if you want to. But yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and come back next week for another video. Bye.